Are you, like me, finding it incredibly difficult these days to focus? Literally, all I can think about is all these images I'm seeing, all this stuff I'm reading about ICE taking families, ripping them apart, deporting people, taking innocent people. Uh, I can think about all of our constitutional rights that are eroding in front of us. Like, this stuff is real stuff and it is happening right now. And it is really, really hard to do the things that are required in our regular lives when all I want to do sometimes is just cry into my pillow, right? Like there is a lot of shit going on, and it is hard to live real life while all of this is happening. And I keep thinking back to the days of COVID, different crisis, but it was the same kind of problem, right? It was so hard to get anything done when all we wanted to do was to look up those graphs all the time on Google about the case rates every day, where we were living, and what we were seeing there, and what are the new protocols, and should we be wearing masks 100% of the time, and what about our groceries, should we be wiping them down with bleach wipes, and all of that stuff, right, is all consuming. When we are in crisis, it is all consuming, and yet we have to live our real lives too, right? Our kids need to get fed. We need to make money in our businesses, and we need to do our jobs. And it's just hard. It's hard to combat or kind of compile all of those things together to get the stuff done that we need to get done, while also just living in this what seems almost sometimes like unreality. And so I was thinking about this because I've been hearing so much about this, both from my clients, but also just in my own life. This is coming up all of the time, that I thought it might be good to revisit what are some of those strategies that were working well-ish back in the COVID days that could be applied right now as well. Because you know what? We do need to get things done. We can't just put life on hold. And it feels like there's even more to do because now there's all this kind of civic duty stuff that we need to do to make sure that we are able to, continue to live in a world that feels good. So I wanted to share with you some strategies that I have been finding that are working-ish. I don't have all the answers. I don't think that anyone's going to come in here and say that, yep, I have all the answers and here's exactly what we need to do. We could be just as productive as before. No, we're in a different world. And so wanted to share with you some things that are working. And I would love to hear in the comments also what's been working for you. So, first things first, redefine productivity, right? Like, this is not the time when we are in full on crisis. This is not the time to be expecting the most out of ourselves, the best out of ourselves. So, redefine what productivity looks like for you. Lower the bar. There has never been a better time to lower the bar. Are there things that you used to think were essential that maybe just aren't right now? Does your house need to be spotless? Right? My house has never been spotless, but what can change? What can you lower the bar on? Right? Can you de-perfectionize yourself? Can you send out some emails before they are perfect? I'm going to argue this is good to do all of the time, but maybe this can be a testing ground. Where can you lower the bar? Where can you redefine productivity for yourself? One of the ways that we can do this is to really get clear on what are the nice to do's versus what are the must do's. And so, one thing I might suggest is getting clear on what are just a few, like not more than five, must do's that you need to do every day, maybe within the realms of, family or personal life, work life, and then also civic duty, right? For me now, one of my non-negotiables is calling my senators, calling my representatives every day. I know that's not much, but it's one thing that I can do every day that's a non-negotiable for me in terms of feeling like I'm making some sort of a difference in what's going on, right? I'm sure I could be doing more. So also, if you've got comments about that, what can I be doing? What can we be doing to fight what is going on right now? Okay, so redefine productivity, lower the bar, get just a few things, what are their must-dos done. And then, and this is really important, let go of the rest. Like, really, if you can. There may be a bajillion things that you feel like you should do, need to do, want to do, etc. This is true all the time. But right now, you need your reserves, right? We are in a marathon, not a sprint. We are going to need our reserves to fight the good fight. And so let go of whatever it is that you can. I'm so resisting right now singing Let It Go, but I will spare you all. I do not have a good singing voice. Okay. How can we let those things go, right? We need to get ruthlessly realistic with ourselves and with our time and what we are capable of. And I'm going to come back to something you may have heard me talk about before, which is this strategy of task or a kind of concept of what I call task or time realism. And so it's this: if you have time and energy to do, let's just say, three things, is it better to have three important things on your list, the three things that are really going to move the needle, that are going to be those must-dos? Or is it better to have 10 things on your list and only get three of them done, right? If you have three things on your list and you get three done, and if you have 10 things on your list and you get three done, you could do those same three things, right? And nothing will be different about what actually got done, but you will feel very differently in each of these cases, right? In the first case where you had three must-dos on your list and you got those three must-dos done, you feel great, or as great as one can feel in this world today, right? But if, on the other hand, you had 10 things on your list and you get three done, well, now you're feeling really crappy about yourself. And that sucks, right? We don't want that. So get ruthlessly realistic about what you are capable of doing. And then last strategy here is just to do a little bit of reflection every single day, right? A little bit of reflection. So what this means is, I think it's really easy. It's one, ask yourself these three questions, right? What went well today, right? Or what went better than I expected today, so that I can try that tomorrow and the next day, so that I can double down on that strategy, right? Maybe it was getting enough sleep. Maybe it was getting outside and looking in nature, touching grass or whatever, right? Maybe it was that you got a little exercise in. Maybe it was that you called your senator. Like, I don't know, whatever it was. But what went well today that you feel good about that you could do tomorrow, right? Then what didn't go well? What didn't feel great? What didn't go as well as you thought? Maybe you were a little over ambitious and you put way too many must-dos on your list, and tomorrow you could be a little less ambitious, right? What didn't go as well? And then, most importantly, what can you change? What can you try to do tomorrow so that tomorrow is just a little bit better than today, right? We're not looking for drastic differences here. We're just looking for incremental improvement. What we notice, what we pay attention to, that improves, right? Um, we are not going to, make things better by ignoring them. That's not how things work. So any little bit of reflection you can do is going to help you to feel better and to make better choices with the limited time, the limited energy that you have, so that you can maintain your energy for doing the things that are really necessary and for having the space and the time to feel all of the emotions of all of the things that are going on around us. So that's all I got for today. But I would love to hear in the comments if you have strategies that are working for you to help you keep on keeping on, keep the wheels on the bus in the face of tremendous crisis that we are in right now.
That was heavy. But on a lighter note, if you guys want to keep on seeing our content, just make sure to subscribe and like the video so that we know we're doing good. And just be a big help to the channel. Thank you.